Alright, here we fucking go. Another day of Final Fantasy. Put that back on. Where did we leave off? Oh yeah, we were doing some experimentals with, Nidana? I think was her name? Yeah. Oh yeah, her name's right there. Okay. And... I mean, apparently she wants us to do more. I don't want this. Give me the motorcycle. It's better. Anyway, so we're helping her with the, some scale thingies that's supposed to help with not being tempered by that thing. The big old tower. And, ow. And she told us to meet at, over there. I think we're supposed to go to a temple, but I mean... Yeah, that sounds about right. Hey, Nidana. I may simply be imagining it, but I feel as though we're being followed. Look out, Sari! What? Where? Oh. Ah, don't worry. These guys are chumps. Why? Because they're garlic. Oh wait, no, that guy's not Garland because he can use magic. They're not supposed to be able to do that. You're next. Bitch. And dead. There, you're fine, see? God, that gave me a fright. To think that the moment I ventured outside the safety of the work... I think the sister asked you to come with me. You're alright, I hope. It's pretty clear they're targeting your kind. Good, good. Let's continue on then. It isn't far now. Just through these pillars and up the rise. Scream if you're in trouble. Or blow this whistle. And I shall come to your aid. Discovered a new location! Huzzah! Oh, wait a minute. Southeast? But that's over there. I can't go that way. Not yet. No! Get away from me. Go away, you piece of shit. I'm trying to do something. I ain't got time for this. Ah, here we are. Kajaya's footsteps. I don't know if I'm reading that right. Kaya was a great dancer, and those who follow in her, well, you know, they come to this place to train and dedicate their dance to their ancestors. A happy benefit of this is that spirit weed grows here in abundance. I'll set about harvesting it at once, if you'll be so good as to stand guard. The kidnappers aren't like to return soon, but better safe than sorry. Alright. I wanna see your peacock. Your peacock. Alright, standing guard, standing guard, standing guard. Nothing's happening. Are you almost done? You wouldn't think gathering weeds would take that long. Those are cool elephants, by the way.
Yes, that would be Radzat Han. Hardly anyone has been allowed in or out since our troubles with the tower began.
Oh, well. That sucks, I guess.
The faithful citizens huddle inside the city walls, and commerce has all but ground to a standstill. I pity the satrap, the trials he must be facing.
Yeah, that's kind of his personal problem, but you know. Did you trust him then?
Completely.
Oh,
Without
wow.
the satrap and his line, Rajadhan would not exist.
Oh shit, really?
Long ago, this island was home to two tribes of Matanga, the Gajasura and the Arkasodra. When the Aura came to these shores, it was the Arkasodra with whom they joined forces. Together they defeated the warlike Gajasura, forcing them to flee Thavnair altogether. Peace and prosperity reigned for a time, until a clan of Hjord from the mainland decided they wanted the island for themselves.
Oh, goddamn Hyur.
It was a direct ancestor of the present satrap who arbitrated that conflict and welded the warring factions into the nation we know today. And ever since, a member of that esteemed lineage has inherited this somewhat unique position. You see, by and large, the state is run by the people. But when problems arise, it is the satrap who mediates a solution.
Huh.
The stability provided by the satrap is what has allowed Rajadhan to thrive all these years. And it was the satrap himself who entrusted us with this duty. We will not fail him, nor our countrymen.
Wow, okay. Was not expecting all that exposition.
What is the delay with the vessel? I told you I need to adjust those ratios.
Yeah, get on it, man.
I come all this way to admire one of my splendid towers, and what do I find? Fools attempting to ward off its tempering influence with magic trinkets. I seem to recall a similar experiment in ages past. What was that man's name?
I don't remember asking. Hi, Chelly. I'm feeling good today.
Owen?
A ween. He said ween.
Another body, another time. Who could be expected to remember every trivial detail?
Allowing them to construct such handy talismans would be counterproductive to my plans. And yet, I find myself deathly curious. How will they manage this feat with the limited knowledge and resources at their disposal?
I'm trying to feel good.
Complications be damned.
You know, there's something for
We
that. It's
cannot
called
escape
drugs.
the nature of our souls. And I, as ever, am my own worst enemy.
I should not be advocating drugs like that, but you know. Depending on where you're at, you know, if it's legal, go for it. Who says you can't have an edible? 112. How does your, like, computer not implode on itself? If a spider ever wandered into that computer and you turned it on with all those mods, it's gonna fry. I have another spirit read to last us a good while. Thank you for keeping watch. Physics mods, guard overhaul mods, and some other things. That sounded very vague that I'm a little afraid to ask exactly, so I'll just keep it that way. Maybe I shouldn't know too much. I hope that spider does burn. You know what? You're right. They should burn. Fuck spiders. Except don't actually fuck spiders. Ugh. That just got me thinking. I'm pretty sure there was an anime that's like all about that weird stuff where they talk about like, what was it? Is it Monster Musume where it's like about like monster girls and one of them was like a spider lady? I don't know how I feel about that. Makes like shields, clothing, armor, and weapons. Oh, that kind of physics, okay. Ah, of course, gotta get the jiggle physics. I just hope that means if you make a man or a male like Dragonborn, I better see some dick physics bouncing around too. It will not be one-sided. Sari, my thanks again for your assistance. With your help, we're that little bit closer to completing our talisman. Huzzah. This isn't much, but please accept as a token of my gratitude. I should do that so much. You know what? I would not be surprised if there is one. I mean, there's a bunch of like... I know there's a bunch of sex mods. There has to be. So you can bet that someone out there did make that. There's a mod called Himbo. Alright, that actually seems fitting. If you'll excuse me, I shall return to my work on the talisman. Okay, good. This is nerd work, not for me. Ah, you're both back. Excellent. Yep, male body overhaul on me. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what it is then. I have a message for you, Mistress Nadana. It would seem the stories of... What? Giants, Gal, are running low. What? But when last I looked, there were still plenty. I suspect that was before Uranji told everyone about their tempering cure, and Estinian shared his knowledge of dragons. Your peers have since been inspired to fashion a number of new talisman prototypes. I see. Well, if it leads to new possibilities, then far be it from me to complain, but we will need to replenish our stores. I shall be happy to tend to this if you like. As much as I appreciate the offer, my dear boy, I can't in good conscience send you out there alone while kidnappers are large. The kidnappers are mostly after you, though. Like your species. The beastman. Man. Whatever. Sari, loath though I am to press another task on you so soon, might I ask you to fetch the giant scalp? In case you're not familiar, giant scalp is a type... It's an ore? That's not what I expect an ore to be called, but okay. Found on the island, owing to its hardness and ethereal conductivity, it has applications in many disciplines, alchemy not least of all. Alright, alchemy, cool. The quarry where it is found, aptly named Giant Scale Grounds, isn't far away, so it shouldn't take much of your time. Maybe impose on you once more? Sure, what else am I gonna do? Just stand around, I guess? There's also a called I couldn't even finish that. Oh man, why are so low? Why is it so realistic? I mean, they all come in shapes and sizes. Thank you. Upon arriving at the grounds, please seek out a man named Zenuya. He will furnish you with the ore. At the very least, permit me to accompany you. If so happens, I have an errand of my own that will take me to the outpost nearby. May we borrow a pair of Hamsa, Mistress Ndana? By all means, do try to be patient with them. Those that survived are still in training. I'll bring the Hamsa to the entrance. Meet me there when you are ready. Hamsa? That sounds delicious. Why don't breast lots and stuff? It sucks that I can't fly. Run, Griffin, run! Honest Alchemist. That's a very suspicious name. Why? Who calls himself honest? It means they're not. Here are Hamsa, Sari. The creatures look familiar because they are close kin to your Eorzean dodos. Oh, that's why it sounded delicious. So we can eat them? Hamsa have long been kept as livestock in Thavnair, and many a hatchery may be found here, unless the largest of these was recently raised by monsters from the tower. When it comes to the hatchery being situated near the tower, the Radiant host repurposed its remnants as an outpost. That is where my errand takes me, and your own destination is but a stone's throw away. If you have no objections, let us first make for the outpost. We set forth at your word. Yeah, let's go. You're ready, then let's depart. You need only ride and relax. My bird and I will take the lead for yours to follow. Oh, this is awkward. Let's see how I've written before to warn that they're a wobbling gait. You can put all the males and dogs on doing it. The women can't their breasts out, the men can't their dicks out. There you go. Gender equality. Good job, Shell. At spectacular formation stretch. Oh, I couldn't read it. This war lungeon, I'm gonna see against the Murga cast out conflict then. Okay. To the left and require no introduction is the tower. As you can see, it straddles the small aisle. Oh yeah, you're right. Almost there, the main part of the hatchery is atop this cliff. The outpost itself is on the beach. Okay, at least I'm discovering a whole bunch of new locations. Not that I need the leveling. Oh, it didn't aggro. Okay. Wait, a man can have dicks that we can... I'm pretty sure there's a mod for that. Unfortunately, I think Skyrim is like... No, Skyrim mods are like the epitome of, No, not epitome. More like, some twisted, like a version of that. The Rule 34. No, wait, no, not even. I can't even say it like that, no. Because Rule 34 is, if it exists, there's bound to be porn of it. But in this case, it's more like... If you think it's been made, it probably has been. for Skyrim mods. Because I'm pretty sure there's bound to be someone who did. Actually, it's been a lot more tame than fucking Fallout 4 mods. So and here we are. Manned by the Radiant host, this outpost is our first line of defense against the tower. Oh damn, that's side-eye. Oh hey, Aura. Well, who should it be but young Varshan, on an errand for the satrap? I am. His Excellency bade me come to collect a report. He also wished to express his heartfelt gratitude to the brave men and women of the Radiant host for their unflagging dedication. We simply do our duty, but we are honored to receive His Excellency's regard. And yet, for his boundless benevolence, his treatment of one so young could be regarded as callous. But we have enjoyed relative peace and calm these past few days. This remains the front line of battle, no place for children. Your predecessor too often traveled alone. It's been, what, 2 years now since you took over? I wonder how Lapella is faring. Like those before him, he went on to represent the satrap in foreign lands. Wherever he may now be, I am certain he is well. As for myself, I assure you that all I do of my own volition, and gladly. I pray you do not think ill of His Excellency. Certainly not, lad. Whatever happens, my faith in the satrap is unwavering. But still, I worry for you. We will be overcome with sadness if something were to befall you, for you are as a little brother to us all. Take care, dear. I will, Nabdeen. Thank you. Oh no, it crashed. The jiggle physics were too much for it to handle. who might this be? Not Hanish by the look of her. Permit me to introduce Sarisa of the Eorzean contingent, come to assist in the making of the talisman. From Eorzea, you say? Ah, towers have appeared over there too, yes? Tell me, what is the situation like? It ain't looking too good. May I suggest that you exchange information with our soldiers? Both parties would stand to learn something of value, I believe. An excellent idea. Given the unprecedented nature of the threat, some of ours are understandably anxious. We would be glad for any tidings you can share. You too. Bring Varshan the latest report and answer any questions he may have. Sir, yes, sir. Oh, God. So I had like this cut like on the outer joint of my thumb, which I inflicted on myself by accident with scissors because I was trying to open the box on Friday, you know, of the bird cage. And me being dumb, I kind of cut myself. I didn't think the scissors were going to be that sharp. And it's like right where your thumb bends, so it kind of hurts every time like I move my thumb around on the controller. Like, it kind of hurts, it also feels a little itchy too. Oh, I've heard about you, the visitor from Eorzea. Is there anything you can tell us about the Telephroi? Oh, wait, it's a guy. I thought it was a girl. Whoops. We know that they're the ones behind the tower, and that they've declared war on the whole world. Why are they doing this? What is it that they want? This, we don't understand. Yeah, they're weird. They just want to kill everyone and themselves. Homicide, suicide. What? They want to die? And take everyone with them? What madness is this? Well, you can bet that we won't let those bastards have their way. We'll fight them with everything we have, like our Eorzean and Far Eastern brothers. Okay, that's a girl. Okay. Oh wait, of course, because our all females are that tiny. You wish to know about the tower? To be honest, we know little and less about it ourselves. This Tower of Zot, as folk have taken to calling it, suddenly appeared where it did on the Isle of Thavnair. We're safe from its influence at this distance, but go too far into the water and you'll expose yourself to its corrupting ether. You're a foreigner, aren't you? How are they dealing with the tower in your homeland? Staying away from it. Our struggles are not unique. Then our hopes still lie with the talismans. We must keep the monsters contained until they're ready. Alright, and then Nabdeen. Hello, sir. It occurs to me I have yet to properly introduce our company. We are the Radiant Host, a military order under the Satrap's command. Our duty is to preserve peace in the land, be it patrolling the streets or dealing with heretofore unknown threats, such as now. We train hard, and admit only capable warriors to our ranks. Even so, we struggle to contend with the fiends from the tower. Though we succeeded in striking them down on the 2 occasions they came in force, we had to pay a heavy price. What are the towers in Eorzea? Do they likewise spawn monsters? The primals, yes. So it's much the same everywhere. With every nation struggling, we cannot expect calls for outside aid to be answered. Yeah, things aren't looking great. As I said before. Finished speaking with the soldiers, have you? I hope it was enlightening for you, as it was for them. As a neutral nation and trading hub both, Radzahan ordinarily receives a steady stream of news from abroad. Alas, this stream dried up when trading vessels stopped coming. Amidst the dearth of information, everyone will have been grateful for your account. But come, you had best see to your original errand, as mine will keep me here a while longer. However, I'm afraid I cannot guide you the rest of the way. Worry not, the path is straightforward. You need but follow the road east. Upon the Hamsa, you will arrive before you know it. Brief though it was, I enjoyed our time together. Till we meet again. I have to ride the Hamsa again? Alright, you little fat bird, let's go. Though the Hamsa appears to want to return home, it reluctantly offers you its back. Should you become separate from your steed, speak with the radiant. Okay. Oh, I'm controlling him. Okay. He has every right to be reluctant. He looks delicious. I would eat him. I mean, look at him. He's very plump. Perfect for eating. I think I see scorpions over there. A lot of scorpions. Ah, no, 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 no. Okay. Almost there. Yay! No sooner do you arrive at your destination than the Hamsa dashes off. You get back here, I wanted to eat you. Oh well. I'll catch him again next time. Hi, this is indeed Giant Scale Grounds. I am Zenua. Is there something you require? Giant scale for the alchemists, you say. But of course, they shall have it. They labor tirelessly to deal with the tower, and 'tis the least we can do to provide them with the materials they need. Yeah, that's great. Here you are, sack of the purest giant scale. We always set some aside for our alchemist friends. When you deliver it, let the good folk of the great work know that we're grateful for their efforts. If they need more, they need to ask. At least I can teleport back. No, hold on. Use this. Vroom, vroom. Here, I got your errand done. Ah, welcome back, Siri. I hope you have the giant scale. I sure fucking do. Hempen sack filled to the brim with chunks of the purest thing. Okay. Now in Skyrim, though you're blocked, you can still take damage. Oh yeah, you sometimes can, yeah. Oh my, such fine specimens. Thank you so much for bringing these. We now have everything we need to make our next prototype, one that should be capable of passing our most rigorous tests. When it is ready, it'll be time for the true test, so please take your ease while you can. So let me think now, you take stamina damage, and when you have no stamina then you take health damage. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Well, this has been exciting. I don't think I would have this kind of, like, fun if I had stayed in Sharlayan.
I see our taskmasters have allowed you a moment's respite as well.
Oh, hey guys. I was wondering where you were. Well, not really, but you know.
Hand it to these alchemists. They are determined to see this endeavor of theirs succeed. I've never been one for blind optimism, but I sincerely get the sense they're close to a breakthrough.
Oh, you think so, huh?
They had better be, or all this effort was for naught.
You actually sound tired.
The peoples of Eorzea, of the Far East, of Thavnair, children of the
Time
star
blocks
united
negate any
in
all
common
damage.
cause
It
against
staggers the
a
enemy as
dire
well.
threat.
Ooh, that's good.
Yet ere they succumbed to suicidal madness, were not the Telophoroi born of her body as were we? They who cling to life and the promise of the morrow's dawn against they who desire death and an ending of their own orchestration. The victors of this war alone will hold the right to answer the question of existence, of its meaning, and its worth.
I think you're reading into this a bit too much, but you know.
Poetic and ominous to a fault. That said, if it's an existential debate in nature, then our arguments might not be as persuasive as you'd think. Fandaniel wants to die and take everyone with him in an orgy of pain and suffering. An utterly vile and unforgivable idea.
Definitely not the kind of orgy I want to take part in, no.
And yet, when spat upon by fate and wailing in the deepest pit of despair, who among us can say they have not entertained similar thoughts? There are nights black as pitch, bereft of hope, and no words of comfort can reach you. And it's all you can do to grit your teeth and choke back the bile.
The more you see and suffer life's injustices, the more difficult they become to bear. Vengeance is nurtured in similar soil. Though your anger has a broader focus, the sentiment is much the same. A fervent desire to destroy others, to see them drown in torment, as you have.
That about sums it up. The will to endure is not always as strong as the urge to burn it all down and salt the earth. Survival be damned. It's a struggle, often close and brutal.
Indeed. Well, I, for one, shall pray survival proveth more appealing in the end.
As will I. Besides, our chances are much improved when we've the company of others committed to the cause of life. Our vengeful dragoon here is proof of that.
I mean, he's been through a lot. And got possessed, so. Oh, that son of a bitch, I saw him. Where'd you go?
What is it? What did you see?
I mean, a Nassian, cloaked figure,
Fandaniel.
shot in black.
Are you sure?
Well, it could be
If he
him.
knows we've been working on a countermeasure.
It holds. The vessel holds. This is the one.
At long last!
Oh, well. He's gonna find out soon enough.
Look! We have finally created a talisman strong enough to withstand our experiments. We've named it a warding scale for the time being. With this in your possession, your soul should be completely shielded from corruptive ether.
Oh, shit.
Afforded such protection, any one of us may approach the towers without fear. Thou hast mine admiration. 'Tis an invention of historical significance.
I thank you for your kind words. But I would prefer you keep them unsaid until we test the talisman's efficacy in the field. It is for the next stage of our plan that we summoned you in the first place. To accompany me to the Tower of Zot.
Oh, right.
Should the scale prove effective, as I very much hope it will, then you'll have little to do. But should the effect be weaker than anticipated, I must ask that you restrain me, or knock me senseless.
Okay, I can do that. Alright, you need an ask. I know what must
Either
be done.
way, we are fortunate to have you with us.
Nidana, are you certain you wish to do this?
If others are to trust our creations, then we must have faith in them first. And as the senior researcher, it falls to me to lead by example. But should I fail to return, then learn what you can from this attempt and apply it to the next. Our work must continue. Is that clear?
We'll keep an eye on the place while you're away. Assuming Fandaniel is lurking about, there's no telling what mischief he has in mind for us, or you. Be on your guard.
Yeah, okay, got it.
Shall we be on our way? I'll have one of the soldiers at the hatchery prepare us a boat, and we can set out from the northern shore. I'll see you there.
Should you really be going alone like that? Oh, I don't want this. I should just pick the friggin' bike to begin with. Okay, if I recall, it was over here, and then we went up this way. I mean, there it is. Wow. Sky sure is nice. The moon! Wait, oops. No, I didn't mean to stop. You can't catch me. Okay. It's good, it's good, it's good. Almost there. The Hamsa hatchery. Alright, this is it. Oh shit, it's got its own glow around there. Alright, I'm here. Let's go. It is a rather finer boat than I had expected, but I won't complain. All that remains is to board and be on our way. Oh, and if I should become corrupted, do not stay your hand. Of course, I pray it does not come to that, but you must protect yourself. Don't worry, I'll knock you out. Other alchemists can fulfill my role, but you and your blessing are one of a kind, and perhaps our only hope for toppling this tower. For all of our sakes, do not hesitate to do what must be done, whatever that may be. Well, the longer I draw this out, the more nervous I become. Let's be off. Let's do this.
We should soon cross the threshold of the tower's influence. Any moment now. It's working! And you are still yourself? Then I'd like to see how it fares closer to the tower if we could.
I mean, I can't be tempered, but I don't know about you. Oh my god, we're like right up against it now. Nadana, should we be this close?
So far, so good. The scale's protection appears to be holding. If we can just make it to the tower's entrance. A few more steps.
Oh shit, it worked.
Praise be to the sisters, we made it! And the scale has proven itself to be everything we hoped it would be. Now we can focus on production. Once we've equipped and returned with an entire survey team, this menace will soon give up its secrets.
Maybe you should step away from that entrance. It looks pretty ominous with the darkness in there.
What?
Oh. Oh shit.
Ah!
Oh my god, we just like offered her to the kidnappers. Oh, this place is disgusting looking. Why does it look organic? Not organic, more like visceral. Oh, shit. There you are!
Oh, let me go! Oh, let me go! Oh!
Oh, do calm down. You'll only hurt yourself thrashing about like that.
Stop! Oh, you can't do this! Please!
Oh god, I'm not gonna make it! Oh, you bastard.
A little late for heroics, I'm afraid.
Not late enough to punch you in the face.
The similarities are striking.
What the hell are you talking about?
My, such hostility! Never before has my artistry so displeased.
There's a first for everything.
My patrons of old would have positively squealed in delight, though, between you and me, I find gushing praise exhausting.
What are you even talking about? I don't know.
Allow me to tell you a story.
No, don't.
Surely you've yet
Don't.
to hear the one about Van Daniel, the sundered Ascian.
No, I don't want to. I'd rather not.
I inherited the position and the soul of the Van Daniel who sat on the convocation in the time of the final days. Theoretically speaking.
No, you can stop there. I don't care.
Practically speaking,
No.
that fact is
Stop.
of no consequence. I was born and lived as, well, me.
I didn't care about your life story.
Into the Ascians and imbued with the former Van Daniel's knowledge and memories, but I never felt that they were truly a part of who I am.
Oh, fuck. Just kill me now. But not before killing him.
How to explain? Perhaps if I told you who I was before my Ascian embrace, although that chapter too is a past I've long since discarded.
Ugh.
I have it on good authority you've poked your nose into an Allegan ruin or two. Yes?
Wait. I mean, yeah, I poked around in elegant ruins, but what does that have to do with anything?
Then I expect you've heard of me. The old.
Oh, this is not the time for this. Oh, shit.
At your service.
Amon. Crystal Tower? Amon?
Imagine a nation of unbridled prosperity. Every need met, day after day of unbroken, unshakable peace. Existence fulfilled and ripe.
Oh, hey, person. Sorry, I didn't realize I was texting someone right now.
You are a genius without peer, Amon. However do you conceive of such delightful experiments? That fool was beside himself with panic when he awoke with the head of a bull. Even his cries for help emerged as so much guttural lowing. Oh, the memory of it. My poor sides. My friends and I were so consumed by laughter we struggled to breathe.
No more than entertainment.
I mean, I knew the Alligans were
All
fucked, but I didn't know they were this
wasted
fucked.
its worth. My all-consuming work. But it was not their only indulgence. For they were ever hungry for stimulation. Slaves to the slightest hint that amusement was afoot. Our nation was ailing, but I would see the poison purged. I resurrected a legend. Our first and greatest emperor.
Right, yeah, you brought back Xandy. And the mod setup, oh gosh.
Just as I had planned, he set our wayward empire back on the path of conquest. An inexhaustible ambition carried us onwards, always onwards. Yet, he who delivered to us such glory was not to be satisfied.
Oh, okay.
Heed me, Armon. No matter how vast one's empire, or full one's treasure vault, all is rendered meaningless by death. In the end, all is lost.
You know as well as I that the Emperor stands to lose this war, and so I have come to claim you. For while your methods leave something to be desired, we cannot deny the results of your work. And as fortune would have it, the seat of Fandaniel, your rightful seat, lies vacant and waiting. Take your place amongst your peers, rather than die a pointless death amidst the ashes of your doomed nation.
Oh, God damn it, Elliot. Why'd you have to get him?
Send one of your clones to the Crystal Tower that you might see for yourself. See what lies ahead.
So is that what we fought at the Crystal Tower? A clone? Oh, that was the earthquake.
The fall
Calamity.
of the Empire affirmed the truth. Majestic and tragic, as the Emperor foresaw. Scheme as you like, build as you will, nothing endures. What is life but a brief jaunt ending in emptiness?
God damn, that was a long ass echo vision. I didn't want this. Is he gone? Please tell me he's gone. Okay, good. He had to stop telling me about his stupid life. Okay, well...
So easily distracted. Fuck. I almost left without saying farewell.
I wish he had.
As for your friend, you needn't worry. These pawns are far more useful to me alive as fuel for the primals. If you attempt to pull them free, they will die. So, enjoy tackling that conundrum with your comrades. We shall meet again! Not in one of these minor spires, oh no, but somewhere more suitably grandiose. Your favorite playmate is ever so eager to see you.
You know, he could just walk up and ask. Because I'm always down to beat the shit out of Xenos. But I gotta go get help first. I'm not smart enough for this. Whoa. Ah, you returned, but where's Mistress Nadana? She got kidnapped into the tower. Let's see, a preserve. Just when we had succeeded in making the talisman. I must report this at once. Meanwhile, please return to the great work. Oh, wow, okay. That was eventful. Really wish I didn't have to hear his life story, but you know. Something's gone awry, hasn't it? What happened? Well, you know. So it's been Daniel after all. Damn that bastard. Yeah. I'm sure you wanted to do more, but you were right to return here first. We must tread warily, lest we endanger Nadana and the other captives. So then what do we do? First we must inform everyone of the situation, Nadana's colleagues included. I'll call them together for a gathering, but I think it would be best if you were the one to explain. Alright, I guess I'm the bearer of bad news. Alright. Better me than from anyone else. Oh, Nadana! Can you answer me this? Though Nadana is trapped in the tower, she's still alive, yes? Correct? Then we must make warding scales, as many as we can. The prototype works perfectly. This Nadana proved at peril to herself. So let's make more scales, that she and all those who were taken might be saved. Aye, as alchemists, this is how we will help win the fight. My friends, the satrap has been made aware of the tragedy. He offers his heartfelt... Sorry, I don't know, I feel like... I don't know, I felt like a very faint aftershock right now. That's weird. Alright. He offers his heartfelt condolences and reiterates his pledge to provide you with all that you require. To that end, he bade me give you this link pearl, that he might personally discuss the production of the warding scales with you. And for your Eorzean visitors, I bear an invitation. In her report, Mistress Nadana noted your vital contributions to the talisman's creation. This fact came to the satrap's attention, and in recognition of your deeds, he wishes to meet you. In addition to thanking you in person, he would also discuss further avenues of collaboration. And so, if it is agreeable, will you not accompany me to Ratsa Han for an audience with His Excellency? I mean, might as well, guys. We should be honored, of course. Closer cooperation between our lands can only be to the benefit of all. Then it is settled. Please come to the gates east of the Giant Scale grounds, and I will show you into the city. Alright. So... Oh wait, I could probably go up here. Shit. Okay. Oh shit, ether current. Let me just grab this real quick. So we just gotta keep going this way. Thavnair Jamal. Or is it Jamel? The hell? Oh, I thought those were I was gonna say those are butts or faces. No, they just got weird eyes. Well, this looks like the entrance to it. I'm here. Well, last I visited, the city was brimming with life. I expect the tower has dampened the mood somewhat. All present, then let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert, and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you have been granted special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times.
A vast rock squats upon Thavnair, and to its stony surface clings the city of Rads-at-Han. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things. Pass beneath its hot and piercing gaze, bearing down like a second midday sun. The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke. The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets.
Huh. Alright, finally, Rads-at-Han. Time to change fire effects and music. Well, music.
But no such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Here we are. Megaduta.
Okay. Megaduta.
It seems a shame to bring you here directly.
Why?
Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside.
Alright, so I get to meet the satrap. Wow, this kind of reminds me of like when we were in Heaven's Ward, when we did like a few things and then bam, meeting the Archbishop.
Your Excellency, may I present our honored visitors?
Damn straight, honored.
Ah, splendid. Most splendid.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, satrap of Radzatan.
Ahawan.
Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
Nadana was taken, though?
A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nadana and the others.
I see.
I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not.
Huh?
This charade has gone on long enough.
Charade.
Show yourself.
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
As you wish.
You travel as assistants to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me. Even here have we heard of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
A dragon of the first brood.
I am Vritra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode.
Vritra, of the first brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
Holy shit.
I, mine elder brothers, of Midgard's Sorn's spawn, I was last to hatch.
Oh.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radzat Han had an alliance with a dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
Great worm indeed.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone. In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But
oh shit,
next
sorry.
to arrive with the Aura, adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured.
Okay, that's good.
Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility.
Nah, damn it.
When it seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radzat Han.
But If Ritra is still here, then your position as satrap is just...
a figurehead, right?
A charade. Yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully for generations.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end.
Really?
I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
Your eye. It was taken.
Oh, that's right. These their power comes from their eyes.
"'Tis here, buried within a semblance of flesh. The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Razatan. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will."
Huh.
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
So you felt that, huh?
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered. Estinian warm blood.
I think that was his last... his last name before he changed it? I think he only did it while he was going on his vengeance path to kill Nidhogg.
From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another, yet did neither one of us bare his fangs.
That is true. Estinian could have straight up confronted him right there.
That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Rads at hand.
Aren't you a little cramped in here? I mean, it's pretty small.
With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence.
Hey, wait a minute. Out of all the dragons, he's the only one that speaks English.
Yet
the other ones all spoke the dragon language.
Of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me.
Uh-huh.
Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Pagalthan and Cartanau, I am told. 'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions.
Oh, so they can come with me,
should you
finally.
agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales.
True.
I worry, however, that even the four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
Yeah, because I'm the tank here.
Tasks that I have laid before you. Go. Steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Sharlayan is in order.
Oh man, I was having fun here. Okay. Oh, Scions just leaving already.
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Rads at Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
That's just the way he acts. Don't take it personally.
Thy debt.
You know, Stadium, maybe we should write, don't be an asshole, like, on your hand. On the other hand, I mean, you are more fun this way. That meeting took a rather unexpected turn, but we now have a clear objective ahead of us. Let us rejoin our comrades in Sharlayan, and muster a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zot. Oh, if you haven't already done so, be sure to tune to the ether right here before departing. Unless, of course, you enjoy violent nausea. I already attuned to it, I think. I did, right? Yeah, I did. Can I go back in? Fuck me, I guess. Alright. Jesus Christ, it's 1,000. These transportation fees are, like, ridiculous. It's bad enough that in real life I deal with gas prices. Don't give me this shit, too. Just to teleport. Alright, I'm here. Don't tell me I have to help them read stuff. I don't want to read. That's boring. Alright, let's get this shit over with. Alright, well, we're here. Just us getting used to bombing Thavnair, we're back to chilly Sharlayan. Take another catch your death, huh? We need you for the battles to come. Now then, your investigations here remains. But when that's over, we can take stock of all the developments and discoveries. I guess. The conflict between Nidhogg and I is in the past, and though they were brothers, it has no bearing on my view of Vitra. Above all else, he is a leader of men, not an enemy. He would hardly dedicate his life to this endeavor if he bore our kind any ill will. You sure have come a long way, Stinian. Vitra and his alchemists have prepared for us for our foray into the tower. What we may accomplish within its twisted halls remaineth to be seen. Your Casadora languish until our foray chains doth forewarn us the nature of our foe. 'Tis the gods of Thavnair who will be summoned to thwart us. I see. Okay. I didn't mean to do that, but my adventure page does look good. Oh, this is what I wore to the wedding that I went to attend. Alright, what would be suitable for this kind of fucking cold weather? Yeah, let's use this one. I look damn good in this one. The process by which foreign members are elected, I regret asking, is fair and equitable. Neither wealth nor social standing offers any advantages to the prospective candidate. But fairly elected or not, Master Batoya still found them all to be insufferable. Good, she has a very good opinion. Based. Our tour of the city was a pleasant distraction. I feel more than ready now to tackle the challenges of the day. Alright, that's good for you. You're more prepared for it than I am. An unsettling change has come over Sharlayan, but together we will divine the underlying cause of the form's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the counselors directly is a fruitless endeavor. They seem to have already come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge. Which is why I began scouring Sharlayan's archive of historical records for any hint of a connection to the final days. Suffice to say that progress has been slow. There are only so many dusty pages one can skim in a day. But now that I have this band of willing reinforcements, the search should proceed all the swifter. Let's reconvene outside Numenon, shall we? Exit the annex to the right, and you'll find the archives on the western edge to the woods. I don't want to do this. Don't make me go into a library. Oh shit. Ah, damn it, it's a freaking crevasse. Get me up here. Oh god. It looks like a fucking library. No! Don't make me learn. Beavis. I'm familiar with the Wandering Minstrel. The tales he spins never failed to engage and enthrall. We wouldn't get to receive a master class in for storytelling from the minstrel himself. That guy's name is Beavis. Cryle, don't make me go in there. I don't want to read. My directions were easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you stand now before the doors of Numenon, Sharlayan's grandest collection of books and tomes. Oh, whoopee. This building is actually only an entrance, and one of many at that, for the archives of Numenon extend deep beneath the surface like the roots of a tree. The vast halls of the great Google Library pale in comparison to Numenon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Any citizen of Sharlayan is free to enter and peruse its shelves. Well, most of its shelves. Only Archons are afforded access to certain restricted vaults. I've dispatched Shishola and Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alzane Alphinaud will help me continue my search through the stacks open to the general public. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you're only permitted to browse the first floor here at the entrance. Even so, there should be a number of books which touch upon Sharlayan history or foreign policy. You want me to read? Your task will be to find... Oh no! And study the relevant publications. I promise you, a working knowledge of those subjects will make it far easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let us be about it, shall we? I've told the others to meet us at the stone benches over there, once they've found some promising tomes. Happy reading. No, do not tell me that. Happy reading. How's the fantasy going? They're making me read. I mean, out of character, me, I don't mind that. I used to read a lot before. I actually haven't done little reading lately, but in character, Sari doesn't like reading. Okay. The title on the spine reads The Story of Sharlayan. No, I don't want to read it. What's this one? Give me a picture book. Roads of Old, The Colony. No. At least the guy Morin in Shadowbringers gave me a picture book. The voice of a growing city. Oh, fuck. It almost felt like he was opening the book and we're just sitting down and he's like, okay, gather around, children. It reminds me of when I was in school, in elementary school, when the teacher would read those books and she would turn the book around and shows the pictures inside. Forever 20 Summers. What? My beloved seekers of knowledge, have you ever put learning before your health and neglected to feed and rest your body as you should? I, too, once engaged in such foolish practices, but one night, engrossed in philosophical study, I had an epiphany. For all the world's mysteries that drive us to the reckless abandon, we have so very few years of life in which to achieve our goals. Thus do I share with you this mantra. I am forever 20 summers young. What about 21? It could be forever 21. The number itself is unimportant. You could be 19, or 23, or 40, whatever age you are when you discover this manual. Let that be the age you aspire to remain. Through mindful, healthy living, will you extend the time available to spend upon your chosen research? Another day, another moon, another summer to grasp the greater truths you pursue. In the pages that follow, we will explore the secrets of maintaining one's physical condition from a biological, etheriological, and arcane viewpoint. This book is on the wrong subject. Search for works just before I mentioned the history of Sharlayan. I mean, that was more interesting than that shit. What's this? Stewards of Wisdom. That sounds boring. Oh, fuck me. I'm out of books. I have to pick one. Fine. All these sound boring, but I'll take this one. Fuck it. What's this? During the chaos of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, Archon Youngcruff, founder of Sharlayan, bore witness to the madness and savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on an island in the northern empty, he instructed his people thus. Renounce the ways of war, pursue the enlightenment through knowledge and reason. The Sharlayans took to heart the words of their savior, and thenceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon a foundation of cumulative learning, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born from the strength of minds rather than the strength of arms. Yeah, but the latter's cooler. With knowledge of economics came shrewd trading. With knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering brought wells and sewers, ending squabbles over water. Wealth of expertise should be bartered for wealth and coin. And the more their wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trials and tribulations of the age, the citizens of Sharlayan will live by their founders' teachings. For the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star, they would eschew the tools of war, and with knowledge deliver the world. That last part sounds really fucking pretentious. Maybe that's why Alpha came out the way he did before. I know what's best for everyone. More fucking reading. Why? Why did they have me do this? Have you ever gazed at the skies above and contemplated the mysteries contained therein? I speak not of shifting cloud patterns, but of the vastness beyond, of the sun and the twinkling tapestry of the night. Is this about Sharlayan astrology? Some think the dome above us to be a finite space, yet amongst the leading thinkers of our age, one scholar's depiction of a boundless sea of stars has firmly taken root. Alas, this heavenly sea remains an unreachable, unknowable destination. There are few indeed who can explain in satisfactory detail. why our own star is believed to revolve around the sun. It was the technologists of Alag who came closest to understanding the laws which govern the starry abyss. It was they who launched Dalamud and sought to expand beyond our earthbound existence. Having read of ancient ambitions, I wonder, has your interest in this field of study waxed or waned? This sounds like astrology. What if I were to tell you that the eternal constellations were arranged indefinitely in the distant past? That their positions continue to shift almost imperceptibly, but measurably as we journey into the future? Would it shock you to learn that the stars drift further and further apart, and may indeed do so forever? Are you eager to learn more? No. The voice of a growing city. In the years which followed the founding of Sharlayan, civic policy and other matters of empire were decided at the Ecclesia, a public forum at which every citizen was eligible to speak. As the city's population grew, however, this format became increasingly impractical. The larger number of participants gave rise to ever longer debates, resulting in significant delays of vital resolutions. Various measures were introduced in an attempt to curtail protracted discussions. In the year 201 of the 6th Astral Era, it was ultimately decreed that our Sharlayan would transition to a new form of governance. The nation would now be led by a body of 99 members, citizens chosen from amongst their peers by means of a nationwide vote. Thus was the forum as we know it today conceived and created. God, I hate this. Roads of the colony. Many years ago, on the banks of the Thaliak and the Dravanian hinterlands, a Sharlayan colony once thrived. Idleshire? This settlement was originally established as a mere outpost to study the ethereal sea in the year 1311 of the 6th Astral Era. Scholars dispatched to Eorzea found the facilities wanting, and their demands encouraged a gradual expansion in structures and services. As rumors spread of a growing community of academics, the area was further inundated with Eorzean students, hoping to share in the renowned wisdom of the Sharlayans. 50 years later, the Forum passed a motion to recognize what had become a flourishing town as an official Sharlayan colony. Eorzean residents took to calling the colony itself Sharlayan, which led to no small amount of confusion when discussions turned to the subject of the motherland. In response, some Sharlayan's inhabitants, if pressed for a name, would simply refer to it as Emporium. Following the Exodus, however, goblins and treasure hunters claimed for themselves a corner of the abandoned colony, and gave it yet another name, Idleshire. The following chapters go into and introduce the most prominent features of Idleshire. This book does not... okay. I mean, it's cool that we got to see a little bit of Idleshire. Of course, it's gonna be this. Long, long ago, on an island in the northern sea, there lived a Rogadan man by the name of Njunkruf. Njunkruf was a student of astrology. Of course he was a student. And he divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, assembled a crew, and set sail for that imperiled realm. Hold up. Isn't the ship actually that's in Alamigo? The flood arrived as foretold, and to their horror the strangely churning waters drove the people towards the ocean. It was there, however, that Njunkruf's crew hauled them aboard his ark. But the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. Willing moments to spare, Njunkruf rode a mighty spell of teleportation, and shifted the entire ship to safety atop Avalathia's spine. Refugees from the surrounding regions huddled there alongside them, but it was not long before disputes over the dwindling supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Saddened by the sight, Njunkruf gathered to him his crew and his grateful passengers, and abandoned the ark to those reddened peaks. They journeyed to the coast, where they built a new ship, intent upon returning to the northern seas. They landed on the beach of an island, and set upon that very spot. That settlement prospered and grew, and in time became the city of Sharlayan. We live in to this day. Oh, finally! Studying sucks. And these people do it for fun? Ugh. I can't live here. Can we go now? I hate this place. Sorry, were you waiting long? Yeah, I kind of was. I want to make sure I borrow at least a few promising volumes. Alphinaud and Cryo should be along shortly. I was late in similar fashion. As far as I could see, no titles in the Archon stacks mentioned the final days, specifically, so we had no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant tomes, if they are even that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare, and share our discoveries as we make them. It would have been nice to find everyone to the estate. Plenty of comfortable places to read, and a steady supply of hot tea. Oh, you're talking about your house. Sorry. Oh. Oh, I was always quite fond of reading outside. But it's not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. After arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and ask how things were. It seems our dear father has instructed his staff that even if Alphinaud and I were to return to Sharlayan, we were not to be allowed across the threshold. A harsh measure indeed. I hope that our efforts to understand his position and that of the Forum will perhaps lead to a reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day. I'm certain of it. What of you, Graha? Have you been to visit your family, or do they not live here in the city? Oh, well, my situation is also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Sharlayan, yes, but I was born rather further away. Further? In the southern reaches of Ilsbard, in fact. For generations, my people have dwelt in Corvos, the coastal region opposite the island of Thavnair. You're close to Thavnair? The Allagans founded a city in that fertile land, and by ship brought in the subjugated tribes of the Mikode to serve as laborers. Of course, the massive earthquake of the Fourth Umbral Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign, and when the Fifth Calamity froze the seas solid, many of the tribes still living in Corvos braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, that they might prevent the remnants of Allagan technology from being misused. Isn't Corvos under Garlean rule? For the past 50 years, yes. Some semblance of local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces, but Garlemald renamed the region Locus Amonis. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the nobles of House Darnus. Darnus? Nail Van Darnus? All the mods are of 98% functioning. Well, that's better than 0% functioning. House Darnus demonstrated singular interest in Allagan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices have been raised in favor of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the Allaganai no longer pass to our eldest children as reliably as it once did. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge and traditions of Allag. As the last child born with the Allaganai, I was given over to the custody of friends and the students of Aldessian, who had me registered as a Sharlayan citizen. I never even considered... forgive me. It was an unkind question. Even Thancred was taken in by Archon Louisoix, was he not? Stories of adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Sharlayans than you might think. Yet, regardless of our origins, we are all provided with an equal opportunity to learn, and with sufficient perspicacity, we outsiders can even earn the vaunted title of Archon. Oh, why you gotta do ear wiggles? It's too cute. It is exactly why I have such love for this country, and why I wish it to remain a nation of which its citizens can be proud. Here, another good reason to get to the bottom of the forum's stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Excuse us while we try to make some headway into these books, Sari. More company should be arriving any moment now. God damn it, you just had to do ear wiggles, didn't you? Huh? What else do I know of Corvos? Precious little, I'm afraid. I have not returned since Master Galuf first brought me here. I could tell you that Corvos rebels still seek to slip the yoke of the Imperial Masters, though the fighting is far less fierce than it once was. Oh, and they have carpets. Flying carpets. The legends are quite extraordinary. They have flying carpets? Bruh, why didn't you tell me this sooner? There are others better suited to poring over old history books, so I thought I'd try my luck with more recent events. If I can find anything to better inform the forum's baffling behavior... Goddamn, I'm a sucker for freaking male Mikote ear wiggles. We'll return with our selections. Although I must say, the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mistress Kryle has already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few which barely made mention of them. As such, we'll be looking into research papers on the Umbral calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amaurot firsthand, and fear I may be overlooking critical details. Okay, I guess I'm your best woman for that. My thanks. Now, where to begin? First things first. What kind of phenomena did the ancients encounter as the final days drew nigh? Let's see. The creation magic was going haywire, basically, yeah. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe brought havoc upon all manner of life. The chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing their powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors raining from the sky, fire erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. I like how the two back there just stopped reading to, like, listen. Oops. That more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived until the present day, we might have had something substantial to analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. Each scholar surmises that the closest known magic is that of the summoning rituals promulgated by the Scions. Was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of the final days? They said there was a noise, I think, yeah, from the star. Or the land. Yes, the Amaurot team spoke of it, didn't they? We never did hear this sound ourselves, of course, thrust as we were into the midst of the madness. I mean, by then it was after, I think. After. So, like, when we were thrown in there, it was like the disaster was already happening. But it seems that each and every one of the catastrophes were preceded by this ominous noise. Eventually resounded all across the star, and not even Amarant was spared. So the ground was crying out, you say? To be considered the harbinger of doom, it must have been quite distinctive, and probably quite loud. I'll have to speak with one of Numenon's mammoths and ask after any books which make mention of such a sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? Zodiark. They summoned Zodiark. He was the first. He was the will of the star. To keep it in check. Yes, with Elizabeth serving as his heart. So many gave themselves in sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know exactly how Zodiark brought salvation to the star, only that his godlike will over the laws of nature set right. Also, I just realized, because this is something a friend of mine was telling me, that if you pick the dumb options, the Scions kind of look at you like, really? What the fuck? Like, they expect better out of you. And then, once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up a further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Life sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls they intended to render into Zodiark, a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. So farming life. Or might have, had Vena and her fellows not manifested their position in the form of Hydaelyn. Vena. Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telephoi truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen what they're doing with those towers of theirs. Is forcing people to summon primals a kind of catalyst? Are they attempting to mirror the conditions caused by unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech? A convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash. But this is all just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let's return our attention to the forum, shall we? We should keep an eye out for Ishtola, but it's time we began studying these research papers. You mean, time for you guys to study those research papers? Not me. I ain't doing this shit. I've read enough. You will not make me read more. I will talk to Graha. Oh, okay, well, he already said this. Actually, no, I'll talk to my little honorary brother. Many forum members are also researchers of professors. Or professors. If they know aught of the final days, then that knowledge might surface in their writing. That is my hope, anyway. Alright, you guys do that. I'll keep a lookout for Ishtola. Hey. I'm the last, am I? Well, my extended research of the Archon stacks produced one or two possibly useful books. But I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you recall, Urianger learned of the source's reflections from the Gerun oracles. For its potential to cause panic and confusion, that tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the Great Google Library. 'Tis even less likely that knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, will be left sitting on a shelf for any curious scholar to find. So it's considered apocrypha too. It stands to reason, then, that my colleagues, be they archons or counselors, should perforce be largely ignorant of the subject. Yet, when you confronted Master Fortunal with knowledge of the Telephoi and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the forum would know if the final days were truly upon us. which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the form's behavior, it is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Ah. Secret knowledge. Confidential. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty. Whether they contain mention of the final days or no, these books could yet hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. No! Don't make me read. Don't do this to me. I can look at picture books. Just don't make me read, please. Spare me. You labor for what feels like an age as Y'shtola's research assistant. No! I mean, I like Y'shtola, but I don't want to be a research assistant. That's boring. Thank you for your help, and I think I can manage the rest without your assistance. If I were you, I'd steal a few quiet moments for myself. I'm taller than you, Y'shtola, and I'm definitely taller than this shorty. Oh, but just a little bit, though. But still taller. He's so small. Oh dear, you look exhausted. But what about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subjects I mentioned? Fuck. Well, I learned a little bit, I guess. Then the day was well spent. No, it wasn't. I'd rather do anything than not read. Oh, no, wait, no. Do anything than read. To me, that's a day well spent. Spending your time reading is a waste of a day. Should we read them again? Nope. A man at the reference desk will point you in the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. We might be occupied with our research for quite some time. $5.15 for footgear. They give me $5.15 gear. Is that... No, I think mine's better than that. Yeah, I'm like a $5.30 with this shit. What the fuck? And they gave me this weak ass crap. Ready for a tea break, Sari? I know I am. Yes, take me with you. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around for a bit. You know the last stand down in the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables, and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. Yes. Alright, finally. She has some sense. Fuck yeah, let's go get food. And this is why Alze is Sari's favorite. Favorite twin. Wait. Oh shit. Okay. Neat coat. Not that I wear it, but still. Oh, she's fallen asleep. I'm here. Let's go get food. As busy as ever, I see. How very Sharlayan that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Telephroi. We might even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Keep her out of my sight, okay. Listen, I would gladly take Alice with me anywhere. She is my child. Whoa, what the heck is this here? Is he working here? It's a big old box. What is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're looking to share a table, then I respectfully request that you look elsewhere. You misunderstand, sir. We were simply wondering if you knew of the Telephroi. These enemies of peace have promised an end to all we hold dear, and... Wait. You're the House Labyrinthos girl, aren't you? And this woman with you is obviously a foreigner. I'd heard you were disowned for helping outsiders indulge their barbaric whims. And here you are giving truth to the rumor. I'll thank you to leave me be. I have not to say to the likes of you. Well, I must apologize. 'Twas foolish of me to expect an ounce of civility from one so enlightened. Commissary. Yeah, fuck this guy. How dare he talk to you that way? Yes, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Pray excuse the interruption, but we were hoping you might share your thoughts on the Telephroi and their unconscionable plants. My goodness, if it isn't the young Miss Lavier. My apologies, but I work in the offices of the forum, and if word reached Master Fortunate that I was helping you... I see. We're sorry to have bothered you. That's an unfortunate name. Is your brother's name Dick Off? Welcome, madam. What can I offer you today? What was with that look? Wait, is that Mr. Zalze I see there? My word, how long has it been? Far too long. Meet Dickon, the owner of the Last Stand. Oh, it was him. He was the one that started it. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion, in between lessons at the studio. That seems like an age now. I remember hearing that you and Master Labyrinthos had set sail for Eorzea, but then you never came back. Lately there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything alright at home? I also think it's funny that the boxes there look suspiciously almost like Starbucks logos. Green and white. It's complicated. I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Lavier. No matter how discreet Master Fortunal may have been, news of your family's doings never stays secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now, of all times? We have questions, and only Sharlayan has the answers. And tell me, Master Dickon, have you heard anything about an apocalypse called the Final Days? Well, like the end of the world. Nothing like that, I'm afraid. And that's what you're here to find? Information on this apocalypse? Yes, whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me. I wish there was more I could do to help. But maybe there is. You're a visitor to Sharlayan, aren't you? I am, yeah. If you will know your face, we should be able to pass you off as a servant, none the wiser. We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're setting down the food. And you might just get the answers you're looking for. Not a bad idea. I hate to ask, but what do you think? I mean, I can handle some food. Serving food. Shouldn't be that hard. That's the spirit. Pay attention now, and I'll explain where each of these dishes need to go. Oh shit. You have to memorize this stuff? Tea set for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. Alright. Tea group water. The omelet is for one of our regulars, a Highlander by the name of Gisla. She's sitting at an outside table with a friend of hers. Okay, omelet for Gisla. Omelet for Gisla. Behind them, you should see a Mikode gentleman. He ordered the oven-baked lobster. Okay, Miko lobster. Miko lobster. Got all that? If you're not sure, just ask and I'll explain again. Good luck. Okay, I got this. Behold my waitress skills. Hello. Have you ordered the tea? Oh, my tea set. Lovely. Thank you. The Telephone. Who? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them. Or their final days. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you wanted to hear about ritual arcane practices of the 6th Astral Era, common or esoteric, then I'd be happy to talk your ear off. You can. Hello, Gisla. Omelette for you? Ah, finally, 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in, no time to waste. So I heard about the final days? What? Telefroy? Yes, I remember seeing the name in the latest Gazette. That and some grand claim about the day of days. Same old senseless warmongering. All these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood. Best stay out of it, I say, before I made the right choice, and I fully support our decision to remain neutral. Hello, sir. I have brought to you your oven-baked lobster. Here you go. Enjoy. Wow, that action fucking looks good. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've scrimped and saved and suffered to afford this heavenly dish. I think I have an idea, but can you tell me about the Telefroy or whatever? The final days? This is the first I've heard of it. Although, that would explain why my friend has been rushed off his feet. It must be a busy time to be a gleaner. A gleaner? Huh? You don't know what a gleaner is? They're, collectors of the sort. Child of the world, procuring things that we haven't got here in Sharlayan. Priceless books, unusual live specimens, and so forth. Studying for those folk who trail after the reapers in the fields, picking up every grain which was missed. Aye, by all accounts, gleaning is the most meticulous and demanding profession. If these Telefroy make good on their audacious threats, then many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a wet frenzy? Watch the harbor, and you'll see what I mean. They're carting loads in from the docks all day. It's never been this hectic before. Not like this. Interesting. Hey, I'll say I found something. Any trouble with the customers? Were you able to get anyone talking? I made them pretty happy, which made them talk. Interesting. They seem unaware of the final days, aside from whatever vague news the gazettes are printing. Even Dickon had nothing to offer, and he's the best source of gossip in the city. If the forum does have secret knowledge, then they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers it in the wrong ear. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, that cup of coffee I promised. Ooh, thank you. But let's enjoy a drink somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the peristyle, away from the gossips and their wagging tongues. Yeah, okay. Alright, done with all gameplay changes, lighting and all that shit, just some music now. The final touch. And hopefully it's not a bad touch. Yes, this should do nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight. Alright, get to hang out with Alize.
When our father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It wasn't until much later that his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant.
He tried to fuck.
Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Sharlayan? Grahas said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been. How being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently.
I mean, you should be worried about the what-ifs. Hey, wait a minute. Are those the gleaners? Wow, that's kind of a lot.
They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos.
Yeah, the gleaners, right?
A vast complex beneath the island.
Oh, that,
Sharlayan
okay.
is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility.
Hey, wait a minute, doesn't this reminds me, is it Switzerland that has that? They have like a vault of every seed that, you know, well, not every seed, but like seeds of like the most useful plants should the worst happen to the world. But it's supposed to be like a preservation of that, because I mean, without plants you can't have food or even animals that can eat that food, the plants.
Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat. Wait! Didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual?
Yeah,
I think they're
that's
the
what I was trying to
ones
refer
we saw
to.
manning those boats. And gleaners answer to the Forum. If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
Well, it looks like you're onto. So, Labyrinthine Descent. We should tell the others what we learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Numenon, and I'll join you in a moment. Master Dickon will want his cups back. And if he doesn't get those cups back, he'll find you. Okay, I gotta run all the way to Numenon. Did Numenon not have like a fucking... It did. And I didn't attend to it. Okay, got no one to blame but myself. Fuck. Ah, I'm stuck in the light. Alright, I'm gonna tune to this ship first. Where is it? Over there. Okay, here we go, here we go. Is that coffee I smell? Did I miss a tea break? Yeah, you kinda did. Where's Alze? I thought she was with you. Yeah, she was. My little sister returns. There's a lexicon on the first floor that I need you to... Ah, you found something, haven't you? No, Shola, don't make me your your assistant anymore. Welcome back, Sari. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? I had coffee too. And was a waitress for a little bit. Not exactly. She did some impromptu investigating and returned up information on the Gleaners. True that. So this is what happened. It makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats, but as you say, they ultimately answer to the Forum. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo. It certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan of that being put into motion. And let us see what theory we can build from the facts. As Y'shtola observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Sari and Alze learned at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Sharlayans know nothing of that particular period of ancient. Yet, my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Tlufoi is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that they fit to unanimously deny Eorzea's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it is a stretch to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the Forum's secretive ends. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves. And if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. Anything would be better than burying my head in another dusty book. I will take it. I understand that everyone is the studious type. Consider this a welcome change of pace then. Oh, thank God. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I should like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That would be a great help. Thank you, Raha. Let's head down the stairs over there, and I'll show you where the entrance is. You got it. They're all gone. Oh wait, no, there you are. So you're gonna be cool by yourself? Watch your step around Labyrinthos. It's rather more perilous than a simple storehouse, although that would likely make the experience all the more attractive to an adventurer like you. Yeah, Danger is my middle name. Give me this deadly shit. I want it. I want a good fight. Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far from here, where you may find a path a bit disorienting. I'll take the lead, so stay close. I'll have to follow you? Well, I'll say try not to fall behind. Off we go then. Ready when you are. We're walking? I walk faster than you, come on. It's pleasant here. Okay. We really should move along. Yeah, come on. How much slower do I have to walk? Now we run. Try to keep up. Finally, come on. Yes. Keep to the path, straight ahead. Alright. We crossed this bridge. Alright. Whoa. Up here. Oh shit. The Rastra. Not far now. Maybe I should attune to that. I'm here. Here we are. Through this door and down the stairs. You did remember to attend to the shard back there, didn't you? It will make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. Yeah, let me go attune to that actually. Because I don't think I have. It's not glowing. Do I go in here? Oh shit. Whoa. You didn't take a wrong turn in the rostrum there, did you? I doubt the forum would take kindly to you barging into a private session. I've not been to our Labyrinthos in the longest time. Even as a student, my visits were few and far between. How did the forum learn of the final days, and exactly how much do they know? More to the point, what do they intend to do about it? Hopefully the answer to at least one of those questions lies below. We're all here now, yes? I've taken the liberty of securing permission for our group's descent. Right, everyone onto the lift and down we go. Just like that? Okay, it's a little suspicious. Whoa, that's fucking bright.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky. In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves, and this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation. Knowledge buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
Alright, Labyrinthos, huzzah! Oh, great. Well, at least it's not reading anymore. The way that song started, oh my god, it reminded me a lot.
Expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing.
Okay, anyway, before she interrupted, it reminded me a lot of Home in Undertale. Like the beginning of that game, like, you know, you go into the home, yeah, with Toriel, and when you enter that rift sounded so much like how it starts.
But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
Isn't science going a little too far with this man-made stuff?
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such.
How'd you get the lava out?
Renovations have continued, with nigh or no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Oh my goodness.
When
will you guys stop?
Gleaners?
Aye, judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
You okay there?
Did you call to me just now?
No.
No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
Yeah, just walk it off. You'll be fine. I break my ankles all the time. I just walk it off. Okay, so I guess I talk to these dweebs. Arendelle. You're kind of short for Viera. You're here to help or give me more headaches, because you don't have the look of a gleaner, and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. Yeah, you're talking to these guys, it's just fine. My colleagues were so exhausted they took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. I have a pack of marmots running loose. Exhausted gleaners. I mean, sure as you are, you do look kind of cute. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay, I thought... I really thought his face was, like, more annoyed than that. And is it teeth? Let me think. Papaya seed should be item 1058. Cumin seeds 1059. Strawberry 1060. Or were they 1061? Ugh, my head feels like it's stuffed with mocha grass. Way more loads to take out than carry in. Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the Kurthan carrots for the Gerbanian carrots? What then? The exchange with Teed has taught you about the large shipments coming in and out of Labyrinthos. She sounds like she's moments away from a mental breakdown. If one more thing goes wrong. Dobbin or Doblin? Oh, it's Dobbin. You wanna know what I'm doing? Hauling books and ore and fauna. If it needs hauling, I hauled it. Every decade or so, they take stock in Labyrinthos. You know, sort and tiny up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. It just did one a few summers ago, even. Then, with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high. Damn divine no reason. Could be that they're changing the layout, huh? Preparing for the next big expansion. Taking stock in Labyrinthos. Any luck, Sari? What tales did the gleaners have to tell? Here, I took notes. So this grand operation began without warning. And for every item they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right. The Forum is definitely up to something. And they're turning Labyrinthos upside down in the process. Yay, I leveled up. Not that I need it. It would do well to learn more of what, specifically, the Gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who had tasked them to do it. If you're game, Sari, I have an idea. Alright, what you got for me? Didn't one of those Gleaners you questioned say something about escaped marmots? Perhaps if you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. Ah. Scratch his back and he'll scratch mine. In the meantime, I'll turn my charms upon this Gleaner here. We can compare the notes afterwards. Happy hunting. You're gonna turn on the charm, huh? Well, this poor schmuck doesn't stand a chance against you. Hey, what was that about the escaped marmots? I can probably help. I'm a good catcher. You wish to help me find the marmots. I have nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out of the goodness of your heart, I'd welcome the assistance. Of course I can. They have to come back alive, right? The name is Zarenville, friend. Specialist in the collection of live specimens. That said, the capture of these Nangshan marmots is a trial I have no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For our mercy, there are no other marmot species on this tier at present. So there should be no mistaking our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in the sack. Gently, of course. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so we'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be on your guard. There are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a marmot, or you. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. Oh shit, it's further away than I thought. Where am I supposed to go? Oh shit. Ah, there we go, finally. Alright, should be easy. Oh wow, way too easy. What? Where? Come on, get out of here. You're wasting my time. Barely had ready the sack when the grizzly mouse scampers off into the underbrush. Okay, I think I might need to stop here because one, the maintenance is going to happen like about 30-ish minutes, and two, I'm starting to feel sleepy now, so it's closing on me, the blanket of sleep. So I'll pause there for tonight. We will do more obviously tomorrow and after the update as well, of course, which I need to do. I need to make sure I do that once I get home tomorrow. Alright, so yeah, that's it for tonight. I'll do my best to make it longer to make up for this. More Final Fantasy tomorrow. So, alright, we'll go from there. Alright then, and good night.